Hello. Welcome to On the Fives. I'm your host, Nicole of the Red5 Reading a Book Club, as well as a host of Used and Abused. I am part of the Red5 network, and I am so excited that you guys are joining us tonight. If you don't know what On the Fives is, it is getting to know us here in the Red5 network, as well as our, well, shall I say, love of books, as well as our friends that are also part of the Red5 network. And I'm excited tonight because my co-host from Used and Abused, Scott, he is here tonight and he's going to be my guest. I'm so excited.
So am
I've
I.
missed you, man. I've missed you.
And just let everybody look, I'm back. I'm back in Yuma.
And I miss Kim. I mean, her obviously we've all been talking this whole time.
Right.
But
Yep.
I missed you guys. So I'm so
Yeah.
excited that you're here. And then she's on my next show.
Right on.
I'm so excited.
Back to
I love
back.
having you come on. I love it when we're all together, geeking out, nerding out. And we're going to do that tonight. So I'm very excited to be here.
Definitely.
So how have you been?
Been great. Readjusting to being back home.
Mm-hmm.
It's taken a little bit and getting used to the heat again down here. I mean, 71 degrees right now. I know it's not that hot. But
get out of here.
after dealing,
I'll take your 71 any day.
Yeah, right. Well, I mean, I was dealing with 36 lows, and now our lows here are barely in the 50s.
Ooh.
So it's like, for me, it's like, it's not that cold where everyone else that lives around here is like, I'm like, yeah, go back to Elko. Go to Elko. You'll see how cold it is. There was a couple times where I was like, okay, maybe I really shouldn't be wearing shorts out in this.
I don't even want to talk to you about that. Like, I will take my 71 degrees and keep it for you.
Right? Yeah, no, I mean, yeah. But yeah, no, just readjusting the home life again.
I know that Kim is happy to have you back. And
now
you're back near your book. So if you want to read with the Red5 Reading Book Club, you can. That's
I know.
nice.
I still got to dig it out. That's the problem. It's like I dig it out.
Well, you have some time. Our next book club's not until December because we have this Sunday off. So
okay.
There you go.
Yeah, I gotta dig the paperbacks out. I've got to get the records all finished up and in order and done and whatnot. And of course, I keep adding new records to the collection as we speak. It's like, oh gosh, I really need to buckle down. And then, of course, playing new video games that I've had since March that I didn't play yet until today.
Sounds like fun. All right, well, let's dig in, shall we?
All right.
All right. So, Scott, everything we're talking about today is book related in some way, somehow. And I know, I mean, we can totally nerd out about this stuff. And I'm sure that I'm going to get some pretty good answers. But the first things that we're going to do is we're going to do 5 this or that. Okay. Here on the 5s. Okay. Here we go.
All right.
Physical books or audiobooks?
Physical.
Slow paced books? Oh, wait, sorry. Are you a slow paced reader or are you a fast paced reader?
Kind of medium.
Ooh, right in the middle. All right. Adventure or thriller? And not this kind. Dun, 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 dun.
Yeah, right. Thriller.
Awesome. All right. Harry Potter series or Lord of the Rings series?
Well, since I haven't read Lord of the Rings, but I've read Harry Potter, I'll go Harry Potter.
Okay, that's fair. That's fair. All right. Last one. Hero or villain?
Villain.
You and Ro are so alike.
Hey, I love my Sith. I love Slytherin. Let's go.
This is true. This should not have surprised me, but somehow at the same time, it kind of did.
Yeah, I mean, for me, just real quick. I mean, I love most villains, even in sports. Like everyone would like. I'll just throw a NASCAR reference real quick. Dale Earnhardt was considered a villain. He's my favorite driver. He had the black car. I've always dug Vader. First time I saw Vader, all black. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm always the Sith side. Always love my villains.
Nice. All right, now we're going to talk a little bit more nerdy and get a little bit deep. All right. First up, what is your favorite book cover? Do you have like a book cover that like has amazing art that you're just like, this is it? I love it. It's gorgeous. It's perfect.
Well, I mean, I guess I just have to go along with my favorite book of all time, and
There you go.
I mean, you know,
What is that? Oh, is that the dirt
yeah,
from
it is.
Motley Crue?
Yep.
Wow. And
Yeah.
just a bottle of Jim Beam.
Yeah. Well, the chicken. That's his ball of Jack. They took it
Oh,
from
not
the
Jim Beam, Jack.
Jack Daniels, but yeah, yeah. It's, oh,
I did not
but
notice the woman. I just noticed the bottle.
well, that's for all the guys out there, you know.
Well, yeah, and I think I would pick something else. But that,
Yeah.
I mean,
Other than that, if I had probably my next favorite book cover would be the drawing of the three Stephen King Dark Tower 2.
oh yeah, those are pretty nice.
Yeah.
Yeah. I know I've got lots of books that have just got some very interesting covers.
Oh
So,
yeah.
all right. Name an author that you haven't met yet, but you would like to meet.
Stephen King.
Stephen King. Wow. Stephen King's up there tonight. All right. What is your favorite book to movie adaptation? I know. I know.
Favorite book to movie. You know, I think I'm gonna go along the lines of Firestarter.
Oh, nice. Like the newer one or like
No,
the
no,
other
the original with Drew
original
Barrymore.
with Drew Barrymore?
The
Okay.
one that came
I
out in
just
the
wanted
80s.
to confirm.
No, I haven't watched that one. And actually probably another good one would be the 90s TV series of The Stand. Did a really good job of matching up with the Stand book.
Nice.
But yeah.
Nice. All right. What fictional book character reminds you of you?
Hmm.
And why? Because now I'm curious.
I would probably say Lloyd from The Stand. He was obviously incarcerated and was given a choice to get broken out of prison after everything of the virus took over and whatnot, and to be the right hand man of Randall Flagg. Um, his character, I mean, probably not along the criminal lines of stuff,
Mm-hmm.
but his character build and the way his character grows throughout the book, I feel is kind of like me, where you know I'm not afraid to tell somebody how it is.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's true. I've gotten to know you a little bit. It's true. You're kind. You're respectful.
Yeah,
That's
and
true.
then, but yeah, Lloyd. I mean, yeah, for me, I think Lloyd reminds me of myself.
All right. If you can believe it, we're right to our last question.
Wow.
And I am very curious. I've had this question set up the minute you said you were going to be a guest tonight. And I almost told you ahead of time because I've been giving that option. But this time I said, we're gonna wait and see. We're gonna see what
Okay.
Scott comes up and creates. And although right now I kind of have an idea what you're gonna go, but we'll see.
Okay.
Okay. Do you have a favorite duo of both book and music? Or do you have like a playlist that's set up just for a particular book?
You mean
I
like
had to
listening?
include music, Scott. This is you and I.
You mean like
I had to include the music.
listening to music while you're reading?
Oh, absolutely, of
No,
course.
I don't do that.
What?
Yeah, I don't
How
do
did
that.
I not know this? I should have asked of this or that. If I would have asked,
No, I mean,
do you play music while you read, or are you
no, I don't.
silent?
Yeah,
I would not have guessed silent.
I've never. I think the reason why I don't is because when I'm reading, it's the same thing in school. When I was reading, even textbooks and whatnot, I've got to stay focused. The minute music's on, regardless, even if it's Beethoven, Bach, Tchaikovsky, even though I will pay attention to the music. My brain goes from, I mean, I could be reading the dirt
Okay.
and going, and just get lost in the music instead. And I think that's where one of the reasons why I've never done it is because of the fact that when I listen to music, I get lost. I let the music take over. And I had a few times, I mean, during my youth, I had to learn to not let the music affect me.
Mhm.
And it actually took me until my young adult, or when I got 18, 19, 20, right after graduating high school, that I finally saw what some pieces of music would do to me and actually make me really angry. I had to learn how
Mhm.
to not allow to still get lost in it, but not let that
Right.
emotion come over me.
Right.
So
Mhm.
yeah, so for me, yeah, no, if I'm reading a book, I gotta read the book. If I'm listening to music, I'm listening to music.
I learned something totally new about you today. Like, I
Yeah,
knew the other ones are like, "Eh," but I expected that you were gonna be like, "Oh my gosh, let me grab out my vinyl record. Let me grab the book." And
right, right.
I was prepared, and then you
Yeah, no, yeah,
Ooh.
I've never, like I said, I mean, I even think my mom came up with the idea of me listening to music while trying to do homework
Mhm.
because of the fact that I would learn music, the songs so quickly. I'd learn the lyrics, could
Mhm.
hear the bass parts, the guitar parts, and just hear everything and know right off the bat where it's coming from. And we tried it one time, and it
Mhm.
was like just easily in like air supply.
Mhm.
It was, I mean, something that really I shouldn't really get too lost in. And yeah, no, the homework stopped getting done, and I just listened to the whole album.
Okay.
And so from that moment on, I knew I have to focus on whatever I'm doing.
Right. See, and I'm kind of opposite. I love ambiance music.
Right.
Or I have certain books like Run, Rose, Run. That's Jane Patterson and Dolly. And I've got a whole Dolly album set up just for that. You know what I
Well,
mean? Like I
I'm
have
shocked. Well, wait, if you're reading
specific
that
books.
book, shouldn't you actually be listening to the album too?
Well, that's exactly what I'm doing.
Oh,
Or like I
yeah,
have a song list that I made to a Sarah Evans book that she wrote. And so
okay,
I have like it includes Fleetwood Mac, there's music by her, and there's all the songs that they noted in the book.
okay,
I put on my Spotify.
nice,
And or if I'm listening or reading Heir to the Empire currently, I've got Dagobah up from Ambiance
right.
Worlds because I'm like, dude, I want to be immersed into it. So it's so interesting to see somebody who's doesn't do that, but that's
Right.
okay. It's all good. It's
And
cool.
back to your one, this or that audio versus physical. While I love a physical book, if I do got a chance to listen to an audiobook, and then like nowadays the new audiobooks are really awesome because
Yeah.
they add so much. I mean, it's almost like listening to, I hate to bring it because Sirius XM has a channel for this, but they have a radio classics channel where
Mhm,
they play all the old, 30s and 40s radio
mhm.
shows,
I love those. I
and
love listening to
that's
those.
what some of these newer audiobooks are reminding me of is
Mhm.
that, that old school thing. We all got to, I mean, we heard it mentioned in A Christmas Story, where
Oh
they're
my
sitting
gosh,
around waiting
yes.
for Annie to come on so he can get his,
Mhm.
get the code so he can run
Get
in
the
the
code
restroom. A
down.
stupid commercial,
Mhm.
but yeah,
Ovaltine.
oh, brilliant commercial. I, I know I told Kim one time, I said, I could literally see me doing that and then going, really?
Do you wanna say
There's,
hello?
there's Glenda.
Did you miss Scott? Did you
Hi,
miss Scott?
Glenda.
You know,
I miss you.
she likes to, make her cameo appearances.
Yeah, yeah. And one thing I've actually been thinking about you all day today while playing
Oh,
this Harry Potter Hogwarts game
oh.
because every time you go around through the castle in Hogwarts, there are cats all over the place, and you can actually pet them in the
Mm,
game. I'm like, this is freaking cool. But yeah,
like Linda and Elphaba.
but yeah, I mean, yeah, like I said, I mean, I'm sure most people who know me, I mean, obviously I'm wearing Motley Crue shirt. Everyone
Mhm.
knows me. I love Motley Crue.
You
So
do, you
obviously
love music.
their book would be their book would definitely be my number one book. However, they're not, I mean, obviously they've written one book, but like my favorite author, I mean, I've kind of led into it tonight with a lot of my choices because it is Stephen King.
Mhm,
He was the first real author I really read a book about or
mhm,
read any books. And actually, I think the first one was Firestarter. And then I got into, as time went on, I got into the Dark Tower series, and I mean, for the longest time, we thought that
Okay.
series was not
Okay.
going to be finished.
Okay. She obviously wants to be on the show. This is anybody who knows me knows that Glinda likes to play Dungeons and Dragons.
Yep.
She does show up from time to time, when we were podcasting on Use and
Yeah.
Abuse. Usually it's Alfie though.
Yeah. Right.
Usually it's Alphaba.
Yeah.
But tonight Glinda's like, nope, I'm here. Maybe
I'm making an
maybe
appearance
she's
tonight.
like, we haven't played Dungeons and Dragons in a bit, Mom. What's
There you
going
go.
on?
Yeah, there you go.
So
But yeah. No.
oh.
But yeah,
Well,
I mean,
Scott, go ahead.
yeah. I mean, and that's the reason why I would love to meet Stephen King. I would just love to pick his brain.
Yeah.
You know, and yeah, I mean, probably my favorite book series by him is The Dark Tower.
Nice.
You know, I mean,
Mhm.
I should have brought it over with me, but I didn't. I actually
I
still
almost told you the questions ahead of time, so you had an opportunity to show and tell. And then I was like,
but
no, everyone's been telling me no. So I was like,
yeah,
oh,
no,
be
no, I
surprised.
like it. I mean, I actually like it not knowing because I mean, it gives you a chance to think on the spot, you know. But the one thing I wish I would have brought over here was the original Green Mile. When it was released as a serial, it was released once a month and shorter version. I mean, now you can go buy the whole novel, you know, but it was, you know, it's like 6 books over there, and they're just short. And I couldn't wait every month. I was running to Kmart or wherever to buy the book. I'm like, yeah, gotta have this. But yeah, but I mean, as far as like my next book purchase is going to be Turn It Up by Tom Weirman.
Nice.
He was a producer of a lot of rock albums, Twisted Sister, Stay Hungry, Motley Crue, Shout the Devil, Theater Pain, Girls and Girls, Poison's Open Up, Say On, and a bunch of other stuff. But he wrote a book, and I want to read it. I know, and that's why Using the Views, you know, started out as a music podcast because that's what it was about. Was I mean, my love for music.
But at the same time, when I think we start podcasting, getting to know each other, we've read Mrs. Doubtfire together.
Right.
And that's when I began to realize I'm like, Scott likes books.
Right.
We like books, like beyond like our music that you and I both share common interest with, as well as with Kim. And then all of a sudden books. And I was like, ooh. So when this opportunity came up, I'm like, I gotta, of course, have Scott.
Right.
So when you got back, I was like, ooh, I know who I'm going to ask.
Well, it was like, I think it was Harry Potter, the third movie. When the third movie came out, and after, I mean, we went, me and my late wife, Kim's sister, when we went and watched it in the theater, we were walking home, and I complained all the way home. I complained about things that were not in the movie that should have been, I felt it should have been in the movie to help like Hermione's character better because when it was her. And she literally said to me and goes, if this is the way it's going to be, either one, we're never going to go see another movie in the theater again with the Harry Potters, or you're not allowed to read the rest of the books until until all the movies are done.
Oh no.
Yeah, she put her foot down with me. But it was one of those things where I wasn't a big book reader in my younger years. You know, I had books. I mean, I had Tom Sawyer, but it wasn't until like the Harry Potter series that's when I became and started reading really a lot. And that's when, you know, I mean, I already had a bunch of books anyway, so I was like, well, let me start checking these books back out and looking at, you know, read them again. Like, well, okay, you know, but yeah, it was a lot of fun. I mean, but thanks for having me on.
Oh my gosh. Well, I'm so excited. This, people, just so you guys know. So Scott, again, is my fellow co-host on Used and Abused. And for us, it's been a while since we podcasted. So we can naturally just go in the first place. But the fact that we haven't seen each other, okay, we've talked, but we haven't podcasted in a while. So we're just
we're literally catching up right here on her show.
So anyway, Scott, I know that you haven't been really big on social media because you've been taking a hiatus, taking care of Hannah and stuff, but where can everybody still find you? And don't forget our Discord.
Yeah, definitely. Use and Abuse Pod on Discord. There should be a link. Yeah, that. Oh gosh, my shirt. I gotta get a new one. Let's see. Me personally, I think it's Crazy Razzie 71 on X, Twitter. Also, you can pretty much me and Kim are under the Use and Abuse Pod. I think it is on or Used Abuse Pod on that
Instagram.
Xbox or not Xbox, X, Twitter. And then Instagram, Use Abuse Pod. We don't have the Facebook anymore for using view. I got rid of that. It was like,
We
man,
have the Discord, though.
we do have the Discord, and
Mhm.
that's where most of the time you will find me, Kim, and Nicole.
Yes. Yes. And we will be returning soon.
Yeah. Yeah.
Just gotta pay attention. Until then, you can find me, Nicole, part of the Red 5 Network, as well as Used and Abused part of
Yeah.
Red 5 Network. You can hit the bio link / for the Red 5 Network. I'm also Peace Love Fandoms on X, as well as TikTok and Instagram. And also, I run the Red 5 Reading Book Club. So if you're interested in that, feel free to hit me up on X, and we'll get you into the Red 5 Discord, and we'll get you reading with us. But until next time on the Fives, thank you for joining us and have a good night. And thank you, Scott, again for joining us.
Thank you. Have a good one.